have a petition going on called One Africa right now. So please sign that petition, all right? This is the collective work of all of us to do to demand the One Africa in our generation, One Africa right now. So I'm encouraging everybody to actually go and to read this petition, first of all, before doing anything. And then second, after you read, then you can sign and then you can share with a friend, because our goal is we need 100 million, right? We need 100 million signatures. We need 100 million signatures from all Africans, the continent, outside the continent. I think it's something that is doable. We can do that. But in order to get 100 million, yeah. They will know that there's nothing that you can do alone. All powerful people knows that. You guys are powerful. Africans are powerful. All right. You all know that there's nothing that can be done alone. Nothing that is standing out there, it can ever be done alone. There's a power in the unity. And when we say One Africa right now, we are talking about our generation. We're talking about our kids. We're talking about our brothers and sisters. All right. So you guys, I don't need to speak here as much like forever. This is not my initiative. Okay. This is something, somebody said that this is something that was supposed to be done 100 years ago. All right. One Africa right now, this petition, something that was supposed to be done 100 years ago. So it's not, don't think that, oh, this is Swahili Nation initiative. Yes. You know, we are carrying this vision and we're doing this right now, but it's something that have been there for quite a while. And we're just playing our part to do what we are called to do. All right. So we are playing our part to do that. The link is in the comment section. I pinpoint all the way to the top. So let's hit 2,000 right now. Okay. Let's hit 2,000. And so sign this petition. First of all, read. Check it out, read, understand what we are trying to say and what we demand from, you know, the leaders of our countries, and what we demand as well from the African Union and Pan-African Parliament. Read and understand that, and also sign and also share. All right, share everywhere you can. Copy the link, share everywhere. The link is in the comment section. If it doesn't work in your country, I always say this. If it doesn't work in your country, it's very simple. Turn on VPN and try to sign and share. By any means, we must share this. We must spread the word. And we must demand that One Africa in our generation right now. Okay, so today I really decided to just dedicate this day to address and to talk about everything that is happening in Ethiopia and to talk about the solution. So I've tried my best since last night for 24 hours straight to just cover Ethiopia and to talk about this beautiful country that I love. All right, the beautiful country that we all love. The beautiful country that we always the best for it. So let me just pray a little quick before I begin, and I'm going to say my piece and I'll be out of here. And tomorrow we're going to continue with the mission. Okay. Going to continue with mission. I'll keep moving forward, and as every single day, it just depends how, you know, God leads us and how, you know, we work with him. Then we'll know what to do next. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're trying to do. God, I thank you for today. I thank you for my brothers and sisters who are joining right now. I thank you for those who are watching this right now. And I thank you for those who will watch later as well. I invite you in this session, and I pray that as we have this conversation and as we have these ideas and this suggestion that we're sharing with one another, I pray that it will not be like something that is hitting the wall, but it is something that will speak to our hearts and will create even new ideas of how to get out of this place where we are right now, and maybe have a better place for our kids, you know, for the next generation, you know, for our families. So I pray that wisdom right now in this place. And I pray that every single person that is joining here today will never be the same again, because your power, your spirit, and your will be done here today on earth as it is in heaven. Let your will be done, and let your name be glorified at the end of the day, because that is the goal of what we do, that your name will be glorified in everything, through all situations, even through our weaknesses and through our imperfection. God, your name will be praised through it all. In your precious name, Christ, I pray. Amen. All right. I don't have anything new. When I was thinking about this yesterday, I filmed that video around 10 p.m. evening. And, you know, editing and everything, you know, I was released, I guess, around midnight. and I slept around 2 or something because I had to release in different platforms. But when I was filming that video, honestly, I said what came to my heart. All right, I said what I see and what I feel in my spirit to say. And I was thinking, I was like, okay, so this Monday, I guess, we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna give as much time as we can to address to our people in Ethiopia, because it's useless. Let me say this again: it's useless to fight a battle with the Westerners and everything if we cannot make it right with our people internally. All right, let me say that again: it's useless to fight our battle with the Westerners and anyone out there. It is useless if we cannot fix our own issues internally. All right, first and foremost, we must fix our issues inside, and then we can fight whatever battle that come to us. All right, it is useless if I'm going to talk about unity. It is useless if I'm going to talk about one Africa right here with you all, and we're not really dealing with our internal issues. It is useless. Okay, if we go to Niger and if we start talking about, oh, friends, get out of here, US, get out of here, the foreign intervention, get out of here. It's useless if we say that if the people in the country are not united and are not one. It's useless. But the reason why Niger situation is very productive and very effective, because all the people, they're one, they're together. They're together and they say it's a time to defend this country. It's a time to defend this country with everything we got. So everybody is joining and say, we're ready to fight for this country. They're one. If you go to Niger right now, people are one. People are united. They want the same thing. And that energy went across the entire continent of Africa, went across the entire world. And all Africans felt like, this is my fight too. Oh, you're fighting France? You're fighting those Westerners? Oh, this is my fight too. I'm into this. And I can remind you, Ethiopia, you remember 8 months ago, the same thing happened, with no more movement, last year and all this stuff, how it went, how everybody came and joined, how everybody from all other countries, I saw Somalians, I saw Djiboutians, I saw Eritreans, I saw Sudanese, I saw even Tanzanians, I saw Kenyans, I saw South Africans. I was doing those videos here. Everybody came. But let me tell you this, why everybody was so attracted with Ethiopia and everybody joined the normal movement to fight against Westerners. Why? Because of the unity of Ethiopia, because of what Ethiopian people showed. Ethiopian people, they stood and they're like, you know what? It's time to fight for Ethiopia. We're ready. This is the second battle of Adwa. And they're like, yes. And everybody saw that it was like, yes. I'm with you, Ethiopia. Show them, tell them, all right? We gotta kick them out of our continent. Hands off Africa. Everybody join. Hands off Ethiopia. Hands off Africa, including me. Did endless sessions. 2 years. 2 years. Some people, they even left this channel. They say, we don't want to be here because you're just covering about Ethiopia. You just talk about Ethiopia. We don't want to be here. We're out of here. They left. They left. They received a lot of complaints. Left. 2 years. Why it was so attractive to the rest of Africa? This is the reason. Unity is so attractive to Africa. Africans want unity, wants to see unity, wants to see one Africa, wants to see one countries, want to see unity in action. And Ethiopia showed us the unity in action 2 years ago. Hey, that's it, man. They show us unity in action. And everybody was like, this is what is needed. The same exact thing is happening right now in Niger. Everybody. That's why we came with this. We came up with this thing. One Africa right now. Why one Africa right now? Because it's so beautiful to see Africans coming together. It is so beautiful. And everybody is like, you know what? Oh, this is the moment. We need to fight for one Africa. Let's join our hands and have one Africa right now. Let's do it. Everybody wants it right now because it's beautiful. It's great. It's attractive when you see Africans are standing together in unity. When you see Africans are joining together in unity and want nothing else but unity. I've realized that if you want Africans to be awakened, if you want Africans to support you, talk about unity. I've realized that. Well, not everybody will support you, but especially when these things are happening. So everybody right now, all content creators, everybody talking about how important unity is. Unit here, there, unit. But when are we going to see unity in action? Well, this is the time. Two things. I'm going to say that again for today. 24 hours, I'm talking about just two things, addressing to my fellow Ethiopians, my brothers and sisters, Africans. And if you're non-Ethiopian watching here, I know you can agree with me and you want exact the same thing. Two things. The first thing, drop your tribe. The second thing, run a race of peace. Because these are two things are supposed to be done. So when I say drop your tribe, basically, I'm just telling you that shift your software, shift the way you think, shift your mind. Stop thinking about the small picture and think about the bigger picture. And what is the bigger picture? The bigger picture is Ethiopia. The bigger picture is Africa. The bigger picture is the world. When you're addressing to the country, then we all must think about the bigger picture. That's what we got to think about. If Ethiopia are going to really show unity in action in this time, especially in a time like this, then the entire continent, I'm telling you, the entire continent, everybody will stand with Ethiopia. You're not even going to need to ask people to do it. Nobody asks people to stand with Niger. People, they just out of nowhere, they're like, yes, this is our battle. You know, you see Burkina Faso, Mali, even Algeria, they come together and they're like, you know what, we're going to be with you guys. This ain't going to happen. We are standing with you. Because unity, it just brings beautiful energy. It just brings beautiful energy. You want to stay around unity. You want to stay around that because people are tired of division. People are tired of division. They are tired. Even Ethiopians, you guys, I know you're tired of division, but you just don't know how. I know you expect, you had expectations. You had hopes that someone will save, someone will bring us together. It could be the government will bring us together. So some people are disappointed. Some people are disappointed when they see things that they were expecting for a long time not coming to pass. Some people expected for constitution to be changed. I was having actually conversation with Obang last time, and he told me that. And he told me one of the things that he's disappointed on is that constitution was not changed. Reformation of the constitution. Some people expected that because right now, this is the very basically first election to, democratically in our country, then, we'll have our country together. So what do we do? Most of the time when we have these hopes, we love we love bringing out heroes. We love giving people titles. Oh, you're my hero. Yes. Hero is a huge responsibility, guys. And with great expectations comes great disappointments. Simply because my expectation, if I do not reach your expectation, you ain't going to be happy with me. Because in your mind, you already have expectations of me. What I should do, what I should say, where I should go, what exactly you already have the entire picture of what I should do. You have expectations on me. You have expectations on the government. You have expectations on these people. When we don't meet them, cancel them. You're done. You're out of here. But we forget that issues that are happening, especially in our countries in Africa, the reason and their problem is each and every single one of us. Drop your tribe. Basically, is drop your issues, drop your problems, because everything you see happening, man. Okay, 8 months ago, we were dealing with that issue that it was resolved. After that, something happened about religions and everything. After that, something else happened. After that, this one is happening right now. And all these things, they're involving people, they're involving tribes. So if we want to solve this, then it's not a time to choose and pick who is hero, who can be hero. And it's the time for all of us to be heroes. You can be hero of your own story. In fact, all Africans, all Ethiopians has to be hero in this, because this is something that has to be done collectively. I tweeted this area. I said this has to be done collectively. Ain't nobody can do this by her, or ain't nobody can do that. This is something that has to be done collectively. And let me just read the tweet that I tweeted a while ago. All right. It's very important for me to read this tweet. How can we do this collectively? We must do this collectively. Drop your tribe. And I shared, what do I mean by saying drop your tribe? So just in case if you did not understand, then now you know. What do I mean when I'm saying drop your tribe? Okay. What do I mean by say drop your tribe? This is what I say. I say drop your tribe means, okay, let me share here. I'd love you guys to see this one. Okay, I'm proud of the work we are doing here. Let the name of God be praised. Drop your tribe. Okay, this is what I say. And it's not getting too much attention because they're very difficult words right here. Anyways, drop your tribes means you are a human being before anything else. You are an African before you are an Ethiopian. You are Ethiopian before you group yourself with any tribe. We must think, speak, and move collectively and not based on our tribe. Solving these issues, we must move collectively, together. We must think, speak, and move collectively. If we move individually, we ain't gonna solve this problem. If we move based on individuals, we are not gonna solve this problem. What is my role here? My role here is simply to tell you guys the truth and to show you perspective that you might not think of. Because I understand it's hard to think. For me, let's say in my country, it might be, I mean, tribalism is not an issue. So, but for me, it might be really hard. I might be struggling to think out of my nationality. Like if you start talking about this country, that country, I'm talking about in those countries that they don't have issue with tribalism, then it might be really hard. When it comes to nationalism, that could be the blessing and the curse for them as well. That you can't tell anything about my country. You say something positive, you say something negative, I'm off you. You say something positive, oh yes, you're my hero. So we all have these kind of different levels. Some people are dealing with tribalism, some people are dealing with nationalism, some people are dealing with their Africa's identity, their identity. That I'm not African. Nah, I don't, man. I'm not belonging to you. I mean, look at me. I don't even look black. How can I be African? I'm not African. Everybody has different struggles that are struggling with. That's what I'm saying. And based on these struggles, we must figure out the solution how to solve them. Dropping your tribe is not denying your tribe, not denying who you are, not doing that. It's simply just saying that, okay, for the sake of my country, I must raise a banner. I must raise a flag of Ethiopian higher than my tribe, than anything else. The first thing that should come out of my mouth is Ethiopia first in your country. That should be the first thing. And that's the same thing that you see when you go to the street of Addis Ababa. That's actually the same thing you see when you go to Hawassa as well. It's a place where all these kind of tribes are living together in harmony. That's what you see in one of the islands. I made a documentary about it. This island that a lot of people came together and formed one group, one tribe. It happened in Ethiopia. I have that video on my channel. Let me show you here. It happened in Ethiopia. And even some of the Ethiopians, they don't know the story of that island. The island that all tribes came together and formed one tribe. I don't know how I titled that. How did I title the island? Maybe I will share with you guys. I will share at the end of this one. Everyone. Let me find here. Hey, I hope I can get this. If I get this, I'll show you guys. my God, I don't know how I wrote it. That was one of the best videos, because after I shared it, a lot of people kept and said, man, we didn't even know about this story. Oh, can find it. There's this one island in Ethiopia. I hope I'll find it. Hopefully I'll find it. If you guys, you know that island, drop the name of that island. And then I think if I write the name of the island, I'll be able to find the video. There's this one island. People, they came together and they formed one Ethiopia. They're like, you know, like they just formed that. And I did a documentary about it and I shared it. So it happened in Ethiopia. It can happen in Ethiopia again. It'll take some time for me to find that. Oh man, so many videos about Ethiopia here. Yeah, anyways, I can't find it right now here. But if you guys, you know the island name, remind me. All right, all right. Yeah, I don't see it here, but it's there somewhere there on my channel. Yeah, so Ethiopians, you must think right now, you must act, you must move collectively. That's the only way that you're going to expose enemy. And if you see your neighbor as your enemy, then we're not moving together. And the scripture says, the Bible says that the house cannot stand if you are divided. Like if you have dad and mom in the same house, and both of them, they're fighting constantly, that house will never stand. You guys will have a divorce, and kids, you know, you'll divide kids and all this stuff. That house will never stand, will never prosper, because there's already division in the house. So Ethiopia is like one house that has different children. And if there's a division between children, division between dad and mom, then that house can never stand. It's a principle. We can pray, we can shandarai, we can fast, but it's a principle. Ethiopia is one of the very spiritual countries. I say this all the time. You guys, you fast almost the whole year. All the religion almost the whole year. Half of the year, you guys just fast. But prayer must come with actions. Must come with the results. And this part, there's a part that God cannot do. You got to do it. Somebody was telling me today, they said, Mika, you might pray so hard. He was advising me about wife, because he's going to get married very soon. He has only 2 months. He's going to get married. And he was telling me this. He said, Mika, he was advising me. He said, Mika, in order for you to find a house, a wife, don't just find a prayer warrior, but find someone who has knowledge, someone who can support your mission and your vision. Because he said, there's some doors you're not going to enter because of your prayer, but some doors you're going to enter because of the word of knowledge. You just need a word of knowledge, and then you'll be able to break it up. There's some doors you open not with prayer, not with fast and prayer, no, but with the knowledge. There's some doors you'll open because of the decisions that you pray over, and then God is looking at you and say, okay, what decision are you making? What are you doing? You ain't doing anything? Okay, nothing is going to happen. Because prayer, faith without action is dead. It's dead, like it's dead, like it's dead. It's not working. So one house in Africa, because we have 54 houses in Africa, and then 55, in the diaspora as well. So we have 55 houses in Africa, and one of our houses. So Africa, think about the real estate. The real estate you have, like God, he has his own real estate. He has Africa right there. He has Europe there. He has America there. He has Asia there. He has Australia there. He has Antarctica there. Nobody lives there. And in this real estate, big, huge building, he has, different apartments. And then in Africa, he has 54, 55 different apartments. And then in different countries, in America, I think it's 51 states. And, in Asia, I don't know what. Like, he has all these different apartments. But one of the apartment, or one of the houses in Africa is divided. That house is divided in so many different categories, right? Everybody wants a piece of that. Everybody wants, this is mine. Oh, that is mine. Oh, this is mine. Oh, that is mine. So obviously, house is divided in different kind of form. It's no longer apartment, but it's apartment which have a lot of different houses that are no longer together, but just here and there and there. Oh, that house will never prosper. European Union, the reason why they're really prospering, because they found a common ground, and now they are one. They have differences, but they accepted it. They were like, you know what? Okay, we can deal with this together. But those are countries that were highly divided. But now they're forming Europe. They have European Union and is strong and is taking advantage of a lot of countries in Africa, especially in our countries, because they know how to utilize that unity. UAE, the same thing. Right now, UAE, they're in Africa. They're everywhere. Oh my God. United States of America. I don't know where to start. I don't know where to start. Everywhere. Right now, you have even BRICS, that you have Chinese, you have Brazil, you have Indians, you have Russia, you have South Africa as well. Before South Africa was those other countries, they even decided to come together. They're even in different continents. They're like, let's come together and let's take advantage of this. Everyone in the world right now is finding unity, except Africa, except your country. What do you expect? The world is going towards unity, and my country is going towards division. It is like we are going through the phase of AI, but we are still using analog. It's never going to work. You're not catching up with the world. Africa is still in analog, but there's an AI there. Everything has been done by AI. We're still in analog, and we expect to catch up with the rest of the world. It ain't going to happen. So what do we do if you want to prosper? Because the world is changing. The world is moving forward. The world is developing. What do we do? What do we do? We drop our tribes. We drop any resistance that is resisting us from moving forward together. We drop it away. So let's move together. Because maybe there's a future in togetherness. And not maybe, certainly, there's a peace in togetherness. There's a prosperity in togetherness. There's a breakthrough in togetherness. And I feel like preaching today. There's a future for our children in togetherness. I'm smiling, man, because this message is beautiful. Like, even if you don't get me, but I get myself, and I love it. I'm speaking to myself right now. I love it. I was born to do this. You understand that? I'm not working. I'm not doing any work. Something I was born to do. I love doing this. You remove togetherness, unity in the picture. What is left is chaos. And it's not good. It's bad that everyone who talks about Rwanda today, they're talking in the positive side of where they have been and where they are. They're not referring Rwanda as a negative case anymore. That's my hope and prayer for Ethiopia too. But it will never happen unless Ethiopians decide that. I said something very difficult in the video that I shared. I said, I hope you guys listen. I said that, yes, Ethiopia was never colonized by whites, but it is colonized by tribes. And it's very strange that tribes, that a lot of colonizers, they brought the system of tribalism in our country to divide and conquer us. Yet Ethiopia was never colonized, but tribe is the problem. So why is that? Did they truly not colonize, but they implanted some elements, some rage towards one group of people and another group of people, so that we may hate each other and fight forever? It's a time to break that shackle. Whoever initiated that, we cannot blame them today. They're gone. They're not even there alive. But we can change it. And you have power to change it. But dropping your tribe. Drop it. Say, I am African. I am Ethiopian. I am human. I'm an African. I am an Ethiopian. That's the first thing. Somebody say unity always wins. Exactly. Nothing else wins but unity. Unity always wins. 5 years of suffering must end now. Teddy Bird. Amen to that. Mesfin, thank you for your super chat. Mesfin says, there's something Mesfin said. He said, Mika, Africa has to learn a lesson from Ethiopia. Tribalism destroys humanity. Thank you. So Mesfin, I think it's she is saying this not because she's happy. She's not typing that and happy that Africa must learn something from Ethiopia. No, she's probably crying right now that my country has to be the case study of what will happen to you if you entertain. So take responsibility. I was just arguing with somebody just right before this, because taking responsibility is something that most of us run away from. Let me say this. If you put blame on somebody because of what is happening to you, just know that some element, some part of you is not taking responsibility. That's what Africans have been doing for so long time. And we have not been able to deal with our issues because we don't take responsibility. We sit down, we think someone else has to be accountable of my life. Let me tell you this, guys. If you think one person will be accountable with all your lives, you're dead. You're dead. You should never give accountability to your life and safety to anyone else but you. The safety of your life, the safety of your family, you should not give that responsibility to the government. Give it to you. Let me tell you this. They have their own families. Do you think if anything happens, they're going to go to save your family before saving their own? Look at my code in my social media. Jesus, family, Africa. My family comes first before anything else. Before this, if my dad, my family call me right now, I'm stopping, I'm talking to them. I'm out of here. Family always come first. So if you're not going to protect your family, if you're not going to protect your life, if you're not going to take responsibility for what is happening to you, forget about peace. That's the meaning of drop your tribe. It's not saying that not recognizing what is happening to you. No, just knowing that, no, the way, the solution you're taking is not going to change anything. It's not going to bring anything. Because for how long have you been doing that? Do you see any change? No. Because everybody will pull on their sides. So I really hope this will be the generation that will think critically, generation that will take responsibility. It is your fault for what is happening in your country. It is my fault. I say this all the time. It's my fault for what happened in Libya and Gaddafi was killed. It is my fault. I feel responsible for that. And that's why I work day and night to make sure that nothing like that happen again in Africa. That's why I'm standing here with the people of Niger. Because we don't want to see that happening in Africa. That was my fault. But now I can do something. I know it. And I don't want to make the same mistake. We don't want to have another Gaddafi in Africa. We don't want to have that. It is my responsibility. I took my responsibility and now I'm doing this mission. When you took things and you take responsibility, then you figure out the way around it. But if you don't, you just sit, it's your problem. You are the problem. Trust me. Nothing will change. Nothing will change. So let's agree today. Let's agree today to drop our tribes. There's something more important than your tribe, and that is your country. There's something more important than your country, and that is Africa. And there's something more important than Africa, and that is humanity. There's something way important than humanity, and that is God, who created this humanity, you see. So those things, that's the priority. God, humanity, Africa, your country, your tribe, personal there, all the way down there. And it goes all the way around. Again, you deal with your family, with your personal issue, you deal with your tribe, you deal with your country, you deal with your Africa, you deal with the world, the rest of the world. Except God, I cannot put him like God is everywhere. He don't even deserve to be number one there, but he's everywhere. So I cannot even put him in this list. Yeah, like he is everything. So I'm sorry, God. You're not even in that list. You're not the first priority. You are the only priority, God. We're not competing with anyone in the list. You made that list. Drop your tribe. Second, run a race of a peace. Why do I say that? Run. Because you must run. You're good at running. You've always come atop. Yeah, I met my good. Um, I don't know if I should say this, but I met one of the very important figure in Ethiopia, Haile Selassie. I met him a couple times, and he has such a beautiful family. And I met the family as well, and very kind, very hospitable. They served me very well during my time in Ethiopia. Shout out to them, by the way, because whenever I remember this, I need to give that credit. Shout out to Haile Resort in Ethiopia. They served me well when I came there. I went to Gonda. I lived there for free. I went to Hawassa. I went to Abaminch. I lived there for free. Even in Addis Ababa, at that time they did not have the resort there, but they said, hey, we are planning right now. You could have you could live here as well. So shout out to Haile Resort, guys. If you go to Ethiopia, the only one place to live, and that is Haile Resort. Shout out to that family, beautiful family. So I met with the legend himself, and he prepared this Ethiopia Great Run. Ethiopia Great Run. So basically, different runners across the continent, gathering in Ethiopia once every single year to run. To run for, I think it was for 10 kilometers, and then they'll get like number one, second, and third, and all this stuff. But all of us ran. All right. Some people they ran for like 2 hours, 3 hours, and for me, I was there. Last year to run. And so I had a moment to connect with, Haile Selassie. And that day it was very special because it was the day of anniversary of him and his wife. And so I did not know. I was just invited there. And I found out they had a special dinner. And I was like, this is the family dinner. I cannot be here. But they're like, no. Haile was like, no, my friend. You sit there. I know you're the one talking about Ethiopia. Come, sit here. So I was there feeling a little bit awkward because I'm sitting at the table with this great family doing great things. And just enjoying the meal, right? And have conversation. And one thing that I discovered, because when you meet with great people like that, you really need to listen and to just watch them and to. I didn't understand a lot of things because they were speaking in Amharic, but a few conversations that we had, I realized that it takes everything to be a champion. It takes everything. And so I had a chance to go to a place where they're training for marathon and for all this stuff. That place is difficult. It's like, I think it's I don't know if I'm remember correctly, but I think in the Entoto mountain, somewhere there in Addis Ababa, somewhere called, it's really high level, high altitude. When you go there, it's really hard to breathe. So I was trying to practice with them. I made a video about it. I was trying to practice running here and there, and I was losing my breath. Man, I can run, all right? I can run, but I did not run there. I just went once and I was not even able to finish that. I was like, man, I'm out of shape. And they say that this is what they do every single morning. Wake up, they can run here for, a couple minutes, even hours, run here, and then go back home. High level of discipline. The food they eat, the practice, in order to win the gold medal, you need to do a lot. And I've witnessed there a lot of champions, both women and men, practicing, day in, day out, and even just local people practicing, in the morning around 5 a.m. in Addis Ababa. When you're there, you'll find a lot of people walking around this, the Science and Technology Museum, this road, walking, going all the way to upstairs and then coming down. People, they always just walk around the city of Addis Ababa. Very beautiful. Something that I've seen in Korea and I've seen it in Addis Ababa. So very beautiful. It takes a lot of discipline. Why am I sharing this with you? Run a race of peace. It takes a lot of discipline if you want to see peace. It takes a lot of sacrifice. You need to sacrifice things that you love, things that you can, easily do anytime, or you need to sacrifice even your friendship. You need to sacrifice some of them, because if you are focusing on achieving the gold medal, you need to focus on that. I remember the story of Usain Bolt. One time he was talking about when he was training and he had to break up with his girlfriend because he had to train for a year, and he knew that if I'm gonna be in a relationship, I'll be distracted. So he broke up. He was like, you know what? We ain't gonna do this anymore. I need to focus running, focus practicing to get that gold medal. And he's the fattest man alive. He was. I don't know right now if he is, but that's the lot of sacrifice that he had to sacrifice his relationship. He had to let go of friends, because when you do those kind of stuff, you cannot just hang out with people all the time. If you find people all the time, they have time to hang out with you. You call them 3 a.m. in the morning. Oh, yeah, you can come. You call them, hey, tomorrow can we meet up? Yes, I can meet. All the time like that. They don't have anything to do. You got to sacrifice. Right? So running a race of peace, there's a lot of sacrifice that need to be done. And I just say this, drop your tribe. That's one of the difficult things, and that's the difficult thing to ask. I just receive a lot of unfollow. A lot of people that just unfollow me on Twitter and unsubscribe on channel just because I said that. Look at the attention of this video. Drop your tribe. Look at that. Look at the attention. Look at the viewers. Then you'll understand that is a difficult thing to accept. It's not an easy thing, but sometimes sacrifice has to be made for a greater cause. And that sacrifice is dropping whatever that you got used to, whatever that you hold on to, you hang on for centuries. But if it's not helping you, put it aside and find something that can help you. It's as simple as that. So running a race of peace, that's what we got to do. You guys are good at running. You know what it means to be a great runner. You know it by actions. You know it. So just change that perspective. Instead of just running for gold medal, you're running for peace. So that is your mind. That is your attitude. That is your okay. And you know, man, in order to win that gold medal, it's not going to take exercise of one day. No, it's going to take exercise of years. Some people prepare their entire life to get gold medal to the Olympic, competitions. Since kids, they're just practicing. They go to schools to practice. Soccer player, they do the same thing. Just practice in order to be in the best team in the whole world. In order to win the World Cup, they do that. The best example here I'm going to pull on my side, Cristiano Ronaldo. That guy is 38 years of age, but that guy is always the first one to get into the practice, also the last one to leave. It's like he's never achieved anything. He's exercising, practicing, disciplining himself every single day. He don't live the life of an ordinary people, and he will never be an ordinary person. He is extraordinary. And kudos to that. But because of how he disciplined himself and the sacrifice he made, when you look at his food, what he eats, that guy, he never touched Coke. He don't drink Coke. He don't drink food like we normally eat. He disciplined himself. So achieving peace is not just talks. It's not just one action. That one action, one decision will be made by the government and peace will come in Ethiopia. No, it's a work that has to be done by everybody. That's what I addressed in my video. A little bit more passionate than what I say right now, but I've been talking a lot for the past 24 hours about this. Yeah. So yeah, I think I've said my piece, and yeah. I love that. Yeah, somebody, I'm just reading a comment here. I love that. Oh, yeah. Somebody said we need 1,000 Captain Ibrahim Traore in Africa, motherland. Let me just go through your comments a little bit. Okay, and I understand this. Some people, they don't want to drop their tribe because of what is happening in Ethiopia, they are getting rich. And I'm talking about not Westerners, no, people in Ethiopia. Some people, it's a business for them, for the country to be divided. Some people. And that's very dangerous. Some people, they love it like that. So it's what we're fighting with is it's a very, but those few people will never stand if collectively people will stand together. Exactly. Okay. Doa Aquario 33. He said that if Ethiopia is the head or horn, we need them to get it right. Yes. Yes. Ethiopia. Horn of Africa. We need to get it right. And it is possible. The reason why I'm smiling because I know it is possible. I know it can be done. There's a lot of impossible situation happened before, and you guys get it done. This is not, it has no different. Collective work. Yes, Sophie. Sophie Angel. Collective work. That's what we need. Collective work. Collective work. Just look at Rwanda, what they did. Collective work. Until today, man, you cannot speak about tribes in Rwanda. Even Rwandese themselves, they don't talk about it. Half of my friends, I started with Rwandese. One guy, for me, I did not know. I met up with him and I was like, hey, what kind of tribe are you coming from? That guy, he got mad at me. It's like, why are you asking me about tribe? I was like, man, I just want to know where you're coming from. It has nothing to do with me, but it was like, he got really mad, pissed off at me. I lost a friend that day just by asking him, what is your tribe? It's that sensitive. They knew that in our country, it's sensitive. We cannot even talk about this. Our conversation should never be based on tribes. So they don't talk about it. Never talk about it. You guys can do it. Ethiopia can do the same thing. But first, it needs to be removed in every place that you see. Every place you see, you just try that. Remove it. Because it will be unfair. I'm telling you, if the system itself, it's based on the tribe, automatically, like, guys, by default, it's not even, let me say this, it's not even, other things are not even intention. It's not even intention, other things. Let me ask you this. If I'm the president today of the country, what do I do? This is the thing. I will choose ministers. I will appoint a lot of leaders. But people that I'm going to appoint them are not new people. They're people that I know. People that I grew up with. People that I know they can get the job done. People that they're in the circle. I know that I can handle these people. I know they can do good work, and also I can handle them. You ain't gonna be a leader of a country and choose this somebody you never met before. You don't know. You just see the CV and you say, I'm gonna work with you. What if they come and they overthrow you? As a leader, you gotta understand that you usually choose people that are in your circle. So, why am I saying that? If the system and everything is about tribalism, whoever leader you choose from any tribe, don't be surprised when a lot of leaders are coming from the same tribe as he come from. Why? Because those are people that they are in the system. Those are people that he knows. Those are people that he worked with. Those are people that they have done work together. Reputation counts. Those are people that he knows. Those are people that he can handle. You're wondering why we have that good guy. He could be a leader. He could be a minister of this. We have that. Why they're not? He don't know them. He don't trust them. You don't know them. You don't trust them. Does it make sense? Even you, if you become a president, what would you do? So do you understand where this ethnicity and everything is just messing things up by default? And so if I do that, what are you gonna say to me? That this guy, okay, you're doing this because you're coming from the same tribe. You're doing this because no, there's more reason than that. There's more reason than that. But the system, because it's designed that way, that's the only solution it will come out. So what can we do? Is changing this system. Make sure that the system is not based on the tribalism, but system is based on Ethiopianism. Because if we see that way, then whoever is going to be there, I will no longer see you as you are from that tribe. You are from that tribe. Yes, I know you have your tribe. But okay, we are talking about Ethiopia. Okay, what is good for Ethiopia? So the talks will be what is good for Ethiopia. Not what good for my tribe. No, what is good for Ethiopia? What is good for this country? That's the conversation that we'll be having. You understand that? That's the conversation. This is the bigger picture. This is the bigger picture. So, for the case of Ethiopia, even if you guys will have election, it'll be very difficult because majority of the tribes are not the same. The number of the tribes of people not the same. I just lost my light there. Let me put this there again. God. Oh my goodness. What is going on, man? Jesus. All right, all right. Man, I dropped that light like 3, 4, 5 times. Okay, but we should choose based on competence, not just acquaintance. What do you think, Mika? Sophie Angel, I agree with you 1,000%. I agree with you. We should choose based on competence, and that's what they do. Like, okay, if you become a president, Sophie, of certain country, if you become a president of certain country, what will be the first choice of the people that you want to work for you and work with you? Of course, there will be people you know, people you have confidence in, that you know they can get the job done. I cannot be a leader and choose just people who do not know anything, they're not competent, they just, they have no idea whatever the hell they're doing, and choose them to be with me. And I'm smart, and I'm intelligent, and I have knowledge. I can't just choose anyone. So obviously, that's something that people does. Yeah, they do. So the system is everything, guys. The system is everything. So how do we change this? Is by looking at the bigger picture and drop our tribes. System might take a long time to change, but if you start changing the mindset of the people, then eventually that will. I'm telling you, if the people change, that's why we want these signatures, 100 million signatures for One Africa right now. Sign the petition, guys. One Africa right now. Why? Because if you have that number of people, all of them signing up for One Africa right now, then what is going to happen is nothing will left but for them to make decision because they know people are right, people are serious. But you cannot bring a petition like this. It has 1,000 people, and then you say One Africa right now, only 1,000 people. It doesn't make sense. It's very little number. It ain't gonna do anything. It ain't gonna do anything. So we're doing our part. If you haven't signed this petition, please sign. It's for the continent, and share, read, sign, and share. Share with somebody else. It's very important. Um, all right, guys. I think I said my piece. Is there any question before I get out of here? Yeah. So yeah. If nobody got anything today, then I have nothing to do. Somebody say the problems of Ethiopia is not Abiy Ahmed gave everything. The problem, they are killing and displaced non-Oromo all over in Ethiopia for last 5 years. And why is that, do you think? African, what do you think is that? Why do you think the problem is they're killing and displaced non-Oromos all over in Ethiopia for the last 5 years? So basically what you're saying, I'm seeing this very clear. Basically what you're saying that non-Oromo are being targeted. So basically the one who are doing that is Oromo, right? And those are the ones that are in the system, right? Again, we go back the same place. The same place. So what's gonna happen if non-Oromo take over the government? Are they going to return what is belong to them? Are they going to pay back to what has been done to their people for the past 5 years? You see the cycle? It's just a matter of time that, okay, now, all right, okay, you're gonna get out there soon, and we're gonna come and we're gonna return everything again. So you'll have endless conflicts, endless war, endless this stuff. But somebody has to act different, and it's right now. For all Ethiopians, all Ethiopians, all Ethiopians to stand together, starting from the diaspora and in Ethiopia as well, and in the continent. There's a lot of Ethiopia in South Africa and a lot of countries in Africa. So all Ethiopians must do that. Is the petition advertised elsewhere, such as radio station or TV station? You know, I believe in the power of unity and power of pushing this together. These days, nobody's really watching TV or listening to radios. You have to know that a lot of youth, we just use our social media as the source of everything, myself included. Because everything you can watch on TV, you can find on YouTube and everything. So if we push through social media, then we have a chance to hit a lot of people. In the same time, yeah. Anyways, guys, that would be it for today. I hope, man, I hope I've done my part, and I hope we have done really for today. And so I really hope that you guys hear me out, and I hope the videos that we shared and the thoughts and analysis that we shared, they really help us to stand strong. We are here with you, and we're going to continue to address these issues because it's very important. Every time we talk about this, we're going to have to address these issues. And yeah, but peace for Ethiopia, that's our prayer and that's our hope. And yeah, it's time for actions and decisions, and you guys can do that. All right, I love you guys. I'll see you